Hello and welcome to a Sick Day Redo. Today we are reading the remainder of the Machamp video, as Machamp Shove is now an image here, so we can actually show it off when we talk about that. Yeah, so let's get started. Biology. Machamp is a humanoid Pokemon with 4 well-muscled arms. It has bluish-gray skin, red eyes, and large pale yellow lips. On its head, there are 3 brown ridges right above its eyes. It has 2 arms on each side of its body, a pair located in the normal position, and another pair directly above that attaches on the top of the shoulders. It has black markings that resemble briefs, and wears a golden power save belt that resembles a championship belt. Its legs have considerable muscle tone, and its feet have 2 toes each. Machamp are said to know every martial arts style in the world. It punches extremely quickly, throwing 500 punches a second. With only one hand, it can move a mountain. In Gen 7, Strength was its signature move. Because of its 4 arms, it can hit from a multitude of angles, and pin all of its foes' limbs down at once. Its arms also allow it to attack and defend simultaneously. The 4 arms react much faster than Machamp can think. However, it has poor dexterity and cannot handle delicate work without its arms becoming tangled. The belt it wears restricts its muscle activity, but it can cause consequences if removed. Being the result of an evolution via trading, Machamp is rarely found in the wild, though they can be found in the mountains. In Alola, Machamp is used as a ride Pokemon called Machamp Shove, where Machamp carries humans on its arms while moving large rocks out for the way. Supposed to say out of the way. So you can see Machamp Shove here. In Gen 2, Vital Throw is its signature move. Forms. Machamp has a Gigantamax form as Gigantamax Machamp. It swells to enormous proportions and acquires immeasurable strength. Due to Gigantamaxing, its arms are filled with Gigantamax energy, making its punches as hard as bomb blasts. Its bluish-gray skin becomes darker. The ridges on its head are also darker, with the middle ridge becoming longer. Its eyes become bright yellow. The neck extends with black markings. The 4 fists are now dark orange, with orange-yellow veins connecting 2 orange spots on each arm. The belt extends with several more notches. The black markings now extend down the legs and stop above the ankles. 3 red clouds circle around its waist. Gigantamax Machamp is the only known Pokemon capable of using the G-Max move, G-Max Chi Strike. So you can see Gigantamax Machamp here. Evolution, Machamp evolves from Machoke and is the final form of Machop. So you've got Machop, Machoke, Machamp. Game data, Pokedex entries in Gen 1. Since we get the opportunity to do this again, red and green, this entry was originally untranslated in English until it was reused in Pokemon Fire Red. It's the last time we'll get the chance to do that, so thought I'd do that again. And then we've got red and blue. Using its heavy muscles, it throws powerful punches that can send the victim clear over the horizon. Yellow. One arm alone can move mountains. Using all 4 arms, this Pokemon fires off awesome punches. Stadium. Among its fighting moves is a simultaneous volley of uppercut, hook, straight, and karate chop from its 4 arms. In Gen 2 in Gold, it quickly swings its 4 arms to rock its opponents with ceaseless punches and chops from all angles. Silver, it uses its 4 powerful arms to pin the limbs of its foe, then throws the victim over the horizon. Crystal, with 4 arms that react more quickly than it can think, it can execute many punches at once. For Stadium 2, if you have Pokemon Red, Silver, or Crystal inserted, you get the Gold entry, but if you have Pokemon Blue, Gold, or Yellow inserted, you get the Silver entry. In Gen 3 in Ruby, Machamp has the power to hurl anything aside. However, trying to do any work requiring care and dexterity causes its arms to get tangled. This Pokemon tends to leap into action before it thinks. Sapphire, Machamp is known as the Pokemon that has mastered every kind of martial arts. If it grabs hold of the foe with its 4 arms, the battle is all but over. The hapless foe is thrown over the horizon. Emerald. It is impossible to defend against punches and chops doled out by its 4 arms. Its fighting spirit flares up when it faces a tough opponent. Fire Red. Its 4 ruggedly developed arms can launch a flurry of 1,000 punches in just 2 seconds. Leaf Green. Its super powerful punches are said to knock the victim flying clear over the horizon. In Gen 4, Diamond. It punches with its 4 arms at blinding speed. It can launch 1,000 punches in 2 seconds. Pearl. It can knock a train flying with a punch. However, it is terrible at delicate work using its fingers. Platinum. Its 4 muscled arms slam foes with powerful punches and chomps at blinding speed. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, their Gold and Silver counterparts. The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Platinum's entry. In Gen 6, X is Fire Red's entry. Y is the Silver entries. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are basically Ruby and Sapphires, but Machamp and Pokemon are now the correct casing. In Gen 7 and Sun, it unleashes Megaton-level punches that send opponents flying clear over the horizon. Moon, it can lift heavy loads with the greatest of ease. It can even heft dump trucks, but its clumsy fingers prevent it from doing any precision work. Ultra Sun, it grasps its opponents with its 4 arms and twists them up in an articulate hold. People call it the Machamp Special. Ultra Moon, with 4 arms, it can attack and defend simultaneously. It's said to have mastered every martial art in the world. For the last time, the Let's Go games are Yellow's entry. In Gen 8, for regular Machamp, Sword is the Gold entries. Shield is the Silver entry. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl are the Diamond and Pearl counterpart. Legends Arceus. In close combat, its 4 arms afford it offensive and defensive supremacy in but a blink. This valiant Pokemon can overwhelm its foes with more than 1,000 blows from its fists. For Gigantamax Machamp in Sword, the Gigantamax energy coursing through its arms makes its punches hit as hard as bomb blasts. Shield, one of these Pokemon once used its immeasurable strength to lift a large ship that was in trouble. It then carried the ship to port. Aww. Machamp in the Alola Pokedex. Game locations, side game locations, and events. Pick up this, yeah. Held items for the final time. I get to read this note. Pokemon caught in Gen 1 must be traded to a Gen 2 game in order for a held item to appear. Red, blue, and yellow, you get a Bitter Berry 100% of the time. Sword and Shield, you get a Focus Band 5% of the time. Legends Arceus. For normal, you get the Tumble Stone 40% of the time. Ball of Mud 15% of the time, and grid items by level. Alpha, EXP Candy L 100% of the time. Seed of Mastery 40% of the time, and grid items by level. Still don't know how the math works. Stats. Base stats. HP 90, attack 130, defense 80, special attack 65, special defense 85, speed 55 for a total of 505. For the final time, I get to read this note. This Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 65. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, fighting, poison, ground, ghost, steel, fire, water, grass, electric, ice, and dragon. Weak to flying, psychic, and fairy for double, immune to nothing, resistant to rock, bug, and dark for half. Learn set by leveling up in Sword and Shield, and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Because you can hypothetically have a level 28 Machamp, I will go down to 31 down here. Level 31 Strength, level 36 Dual Chop, 42 Bulk Up, 48 Seismic Toss, 54 Dynamic Punch, 60 Cross Chop, and 66 Double Edge. Legends Arceus, the same thing. We'll start with Drain Punch here at level 30. It learns Drain Punch at level 30 and masters it at 41. It learns Double Edge at 34. It masters it at 45. It learns Close Combat at level 43 and masters it at 54. By TM/TR, we're skipping. Same for the TMs in this one. By breeding, we're skipping. By tutoring in Sword and Shield, if you have the expansion pass, you get coaching. It's a fighting status move. Has no power, no accuracy, as Phoebe has 10. In Legends Arceus, you get Bulk Up, Bulldoze, Drain Punch, Fire Punch, Flamethrower, Focus Energy, Giga Impact, High Horsepower, Hyper Beam, Ice Punch, Poison Jab, Rest, Rock Slide, Rock Smash, Stone Edge, and Thunder Punch. Nothing by prior evolution. By transfer from another generation. From 1 and 7, you get Bide, that doesn't work anymore. 4, you get Captivate, that doesn't work anymore. 6 and 7, you get Confide. 2, you get Curse, and Detect. 1 through 7, you get Double Team. From 1, you get Fissure. 3, 4, 6, and 7, you get Focus Punch. 2 through 7, you get Foresight and Frustration, neither work anymore. 2, 4, and 7, you get Headbutt. 2 through 7, you get Hidden Power, that doesn't work anymore. 5 and 6, you get Incinerate. And 1 through 7, you get Karate Chop, that doesn't work anymore. 2 through 7, you get Meditate, that doesn't work anymore. 1 and 3, you get Mimic. 2 through 4, you get Mudslap. 4, you get Natural Gift, that doesn't work anymore. 4 through 7, you get Power Trick. 6, you get Power Punch. 1, you get Rage, that doesn't work anymore. 2 through 7, you get Return, that doesn't work anymore. 2, 5, and 6, you get Rock Smash. 4 through 7, you get Role Play. 2 through 7, you get Rolling Kick, that doesn't work anymore. 3, 4, and 6, you get Secret Power, that doesn't work anymore. 1, you get Skull Bash. 5 through 7, you get Smackdown. 3 through 7, you get Smelling Salts, that doesn't work anymore. 2 through 7, you get Swagger. 1, you get Takedown. 1 through 7, you get Toxic. 4, you get Vacuum Wave. And 4 through 7, you get Wake Up Slap. That doesn't work anymore. Side game data, you got all these. Yep. Okay. Pokemon Ranger, the browser entry. Machamp can pulverize even huge boulders using the power of its incredible body. In Shadows of Olmia, it attacks with devastating punches and shockwaves. All these, okay. In Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure. In the Pokepark pad entry. This Pokemon came to the Cavern Zone to play. The attraction he likes to play is Blaziken's Boulder Bash. Got all these. A new Pokemon Snap in the Photodex entry. Machamp's 4 muscular arms make it an excellent swimmer. It can move through the water as fast as any aquatic Pokemon. Form data, Gigantamax. You got Machamp, Dynamax Band, Gigantamax Machamp. Evolution data, Machamp evolves from Machoke when traded. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, it can also evolve from Machoke when exposed to a linking cord. You got Machop, level 28, Machoke, trade, or linking cord in Legends Arceus only, you get Machamp. Sprites, so for the final time, we can see the Gen 1 sprites. So you can see how kind of goofy it looks in these first couple, and how, like, definitely much better it is in yellow. Obviously, it's gray or sort of purple here. It's a little bit more accurate than this green is, I guess, but this is much more what we have now, I guess. We don't quite have the full belt as it would be later. We just sort of have the basic kind of sides of the belt here. There's like spikes here instead of the fin things. That's interesting. They're much, you don't got much more of the muscularness showing through. It's kind of very smooth. Yep. Then we've got Gen 2, so they mix them brown for some reason and gold for the shiny. So yeah, you can't really see the belt like that. You kind of a little bit see the belt, not quite the P belt yet. And they seem to remove it in this one for some reason. Yeah, but pretty good. Gen 3, it's sort of this other kind of green color. It's sort of darker green. The mouth now has all of its color. The fins and the mouth are now the green colors and stuff. Still doesn't have the belt for some reason. Yep, the mouth is now sort of red. You can see that where it was like black and purple there and green here. Just a black void there, I guess. Yeah. A little bit brighter in fire red and leaf green. Then we got the proper gray here, or closer to what we have now, and the P belt finally is here. Yep, these are more yellow than this kind of greenish color. This is just a proper green. Yep. Gen 5, we got the full back sprites. Yep. Gen 6, we got the model, so it's kind of a goofy looking model. Not maybe the best translation, although it's not maybe the best Pokemon, like a kind of weird duck kind of thing going on there. So I don't know, it's probably not the best, easiest to translate, I imagine. But pretty good. It's sort of this bluer gray now, and this sort of, yeah, lighter green, I'd say, almost Hulk green. Yep. Got these. I don't know if they're really all that different. Got the much better models in the Let's Go games. Sword and Shield, even better models. See how the P, yeah, I should probably talk about how the P is represented. So, see, it's kind of got that outline there. I don't think it's fully modeled yet, but you can see it's the sort of outline is now gone. The Gigantamax, so the P is modeled in the Gigantamax. I didn't even notice that. That's pretty cool. And you can see it's green as well. That makes sense. Now here you can see the P is actually modeled on the belt, and actually all of the belt is actually modeled. That's pretty cool. Sort of a bluer color. That's interesting. That's basically the same. You got homes. Go back to the grayish blue. Yep. Don't think they're modeled anymore. I don't think they're modeled anymore on here either. Which is sad, but oh well. Pretty good, you know, yeah, pretty cool. In animation, Machamp in Pokemon Journeys the series. In Gigantamax Machamp in Pokemon Journeys the series. That's pretty cool. Probably the same Machamp becoming Gigantamax. Got all these. Yup. Yup. Pokedex entries in Journeys, episode 85, in Go's Rotom-Phone. Machamp, the superpower Pokemon. A fighting type, Machamp's 4 arms move reflexively, which makes it very fast and allows it to deliver rapid-fire punches. Machamp in Pokemon Generations, with these army men for some reason. Got Machamp in Pokemon Twilight Wings. In the manga, you got Machamp in Pokemon Adventures. You got all these. Yep. They got Gigantamax Machamp in Pokemon Adventures. Yep. Yep. Okay, and the TCG. Other appearances. You got Machamp in Pokemon Tournament. Also, a fully modeled belt. That looks pretty cool. Then you've got Machamp in Detective Pikachu. Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Machamp appears as a spirit. Pokemon Unite, Machamp is playable through obtaining a Unite license. It is a melee all-arounder that starts as Machamp and evolves into Machoke at level 5, which evolves into Machamp at level 9. You got Machamp in Pokemon Unite. And you got Celestial. Machamp appeared in the music video for Celestial. It's got Machamp in the music video for Celestial. Trivia, in the Pokemon Red and Blue Beta, Machamp was originally known as Judo. This name is a corruption of Judo, a fighting style. I read the second point in the Alakazam video, but not this first sub-point, so I'll read that. Machamp can also be seen as a counterpart to the Conkeldurr evolutionary line. Both of them are fighting-type Pokemon whose attack is their highest stat. They both have below average speed, they share the same base stat total. They both have the same gender ratio, they both have 3 evolutionary stages, and they both reach their respective final evolution stage through trading. We read this final point in either the Alakazam video or the Gengar video, I don't remember. Machamp's Japanese name, Kairiki, is similar to the Japanese name of the move Strength. Additionally, in Mandarin and Cantonese, Chinese, Machamp shares its name with Strength, Guaili, which means monstrous strength, and Gualik, which means monster strength, respectively. Origin, Machamp appears to be based on a bodybuilder or wrestler, seeing as it has more than 2 arms and blue skin. Machamp might also be based on a Hindu god, perhaps Shiva or Vishnu. Its shiny variant screen coloration may have been inspired by the Incredible Hulk. Gigantamax Machamp appearance-wise resembles the general depictions of the giants from the Ultra series, especially with its eyes and head ornaments. These particular warriors are protectors of the universe, and often could only be gigantic for a limited time, much like Dynamax as a whole. Name origin, Machamp may be a combination of macho, manly, Spanish, and Portuguese for male, and champ. Kairiki may be derived from Kairiki, superhuman strength, which is the name of its category in Japanese. In other languages, related articles, external links for the Gigantamax forms. Let's move on to the Detective Pikachu portion, as I feel like I should probably redo that one. Hello and welcome to the Detective Pikachu portion of the video. Did technically talk about Machamp in Detective Pikachu, but I never actually watched the actual, thing that I was supposed to do, so we're gonna do that now. So this is Tim Goodman. He's the main character. He's come to Rhyme City, a city where humans and Pokemon coexist. You can see humans and Pokemon coexist. As his father has died in a car crash, and he's going to kind of clean up his life, I guess. There's a Machamp in the background. Yes. You can see it a lot better there. There's establishing shots of the city. There's one directing traffic. Let's see. There. And there's one there. Probably a few in the background, yeah. Now he's going to police. He's going to police station as his father was a police detective. Sort of wrapping it up there, and then there's the Machamp in the background. Yep. So there, yeah. So there's a Machamp there, I think. I'm pretty sure it's not a Machoke, even though it kind of looks more like a Machoke. But it'd be very weird for them to create an entire model for a Machoke and not actually feature it in the movie. But that's the lieutenant that Tim has come to see. So now, okay, so, oh gosh, okay, so, that other shot was the one before this, one where he's walking through the city, was him, that was after the meeting, and he was going to his dad's apartment, where he has met Detective Pikachu, a talking Pikachu with amnesia, who is his father's partner. They've gone on a little adventure, with some Apom that have taken something called the R-gas, and so he's trying to warn people. He's lost his pants. And the whole thing.
Wait to get the Who Scout. Let's move.
Yeah, so he doesn't. So no one else can understand him. Only Tim can, and so he's very confused about it.
No one else can hear him.
Oh, this is a first for me too,
In the
kid.
background.
Can no one else hear him? Can you hear him talking? You can hear him saying words.
Yes, there's one there. So now it's been revealed that he was his
How do you
father's
know his
partner. Yeah, it was on his hat. So yes, and then we got the Machamp on this poster here in this cafe, and that Tim and Detective Pikachu have come to sort of talk about this revelation of him being his father's partner. And Jigglypuff is singing to a man who's fallen asleep, because that's the whole thing about Jigglypuff.
Can't remember a darn thing.
Yeah,
I
exactly what
can
I
solve
mean.
my own mystery if I have no memory, which is why I need to find Harry. He's the key to my past.
It means that he's legally dead.
Really?
Pokemon Park.
Okay, so that was okay. So Detective Pikachu has convinced Tim that Harry, his father, isn't actually dead. They've then gone to this news station, which was showing off. I'll just go back. Which was them. So that's Howard Clifford, the founder of Rhyme City, and his son Roger Clifford, the founder of the news. There's the thing as a silhouette in the background, and they just did a promo for the 10th anniversary of Rhyme City Parade that'll be happening later in the film, and he's like angry at him because they don't get along.
Pokemon Park.
So yeah, that is okay.
Pokemon Park.
Okay, so they've come here to talk to her. This is Lucy, a reporter they met earlier that was investigating Harry's disappearance, and so they're talking about this, and she mentions how he has a Pokemon partner now, but he didn't because he didn't have one before. Yes, and so. I think that's very cute. And so now Lucy has sent them to track down the Argas, which they have done by tracking it down to the Roundhouse, an underground fight club. Yes, Pokemon fighting is illegal in Rhyme City. Yes. So there's the Machamp right there. Yep. Okay, so now what has happened? So yeah, we're in the club. I'm not really sure where it is, but it's right there. The Machamp's right there. What has happened is that there was a Gengar fighting a Blastoise. The Gengar has won.
Next battle.
Okay, so this is Tim and Detective Pikachu have met the owner of the club, trying to figure out, find the origin. They'll find Harry, they think. So he's told them that if he has a fight with his Charizard, that's the owner's Charizard, he will get the information if he wins. And the owner has given him some of the Argas, which is why his eyes are all purple and weird, and why he's going all crazy. But yeah, this is them kind of fighting, I guess. So that was him talking to the owner, because Tim had actually come in to help Detective Pikachu, since Detective Pikachu didn't have any powers, and the owner came in to sort of stop Tim, but then was knocked down by his Charizard, and that was a whole other thing. It's not really important. Right now we are after a meeting. Tim was summoned by Howard, who explained that to find Harry, they'll have to find Mewtwo, who captured his soul. And so there's a Machamp down here, and they're walking away to sort of the next step, I guess.
Second chances are special things, kid. Where are we going?
Thanks for coming.
Okay, so yeah, what this is that they've asked her to come and help them with the investigation. She's found some information, and there's the Machamp in the background poster.
Stack casual.
She's being all
So, I
news
searched through
tropes, but that failed, and so now they're sitting together in the booth.
His records. I targeted the property rights in the region, and I cross-checked that with city records for. Oh wait, we need to tell what we found.
Okay, so a few things have happened. So Tim and Detective Pikachu have met Mewtwo. Mewtwo showed Tim and Detective Pikachu a vision where it seemed like Tim had betrayed Harry, so the two separated. And Tim and Lucy have come back to Rhyme City after meeting Mewtwo outside of the city. And so now the parade's being set up, and she's talking about how big this news story is. There's a Machamp in the background. He's... Yeah. And so he's gone to talk to Howard, as he saw Mewtwo being captured by who they believe to be Roger. And so he's going to tell his dad about it. Yes, okay. So the parade is starting. There's a few Machamp around.
So
It's the mayor talking, giving an interview.
Turn out today.
So she's gone to talk to the mayor.
Mr. Mayor, please.
But it doesn't work. So now it's been revealed that it was actually Howard that captured Mewtwo, and he's using a device called the Neuralink to put his mind inside of Mewtwo's. And the whole reason for that is because he wants the ultimate partnership between humans and Pokemon, and to do that, he believes in putting people's souls inside of their Pokemon and he can do that with Mewtwo's powers and the Argas, which will, yeah.
Not just for
Yeah, there's
me,
Mewtwo in the Neuralink
but for all
slash Howard
of
talking.
humanity to better versions of themselves.
Yes, and there's the Argas being poured onto the people, the Pokemon. Pokemon, yeah, they go crazy from the Argas. Yes.
Breathe the purple gas!
Yeah, so Gino's he's trying to warn people. And so now Detective Pikachu has returned after finding something at the scene of the car crash. And so now he's seen all this mess, and there's the Machamp. Yes.
Psyduck.
So that was Lucy as her Psyduck explaining that Mewtwo was Howard. So we now cut to after the big battle. Mewtwo and Howard have been separated. Mewtwo is here, and like everybody, you know, everyone's safe, and they're reuniting. Tim is about to reunite with Pikachu and stuff. Yeah, there's the Machamp in the background.
I'll do that again.
So now everyone's being separated from their Pokemon.
Okay.
So Machamp somewhere in here. There it is.
Good. Right, you're going on camera.
That is, yeah, Roger Proper. He, you know, after dealing with all this, so he blew her off earlier in the film because everything was like speculation about all Pokemon going crazy and stuff. But now that it's all been proven, he's asked her to do a report for her.
I want you to
Or for
give
the
an in-depth
news.
Roger Clifford pledges to undo all the harm his father
That's like the
caused,
headline that they want to use.
starting with the Pokemon he experimented on.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So they've agreed to hang out later. There's Machamp there, and that's it. Hope you enjoyed. As always, this is my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.